Hi, Heidi ho. So, made myself some an omelet this morning. So, kind of make kind of like a scrambled egg omelet and just throw a bunch of different stuff in. So this morning I threw some potatoes and onions, red onions, um, some fresh tomatoes, and obviously eggs. So, back to the era of Rob, the mixed multitude. Um, Everything we're told in Torah Tanakh has to do with spirit, the content of character. And when you look at the different teachings in Torah, Tanakh, what some people know as the Old Testament, um, you have to think about everything in spiritual context, because we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, not physical beings having spiritual ones. So everything has to do with spirit, consciousness, mental, mind. We think in terms of psychology and philosophy, everything that you read in Torah and Tanakh. So Amalek. What was the spirit of Amalek? Well, they were deceitful, wicked men who went after those who were perceived to be weaker and tried to destroy them while they were weakest. And you look at the system that we're in now, the pyramid scheme that the bankers have created all around the world. Kili kol ha'aretz, all the earth is mine, says our Abba. And our Abba will test our hearts. The iniquities of the father will be visited upon the children up to the third and fourth generation. I'm not saying you're guilty of something, but you will be tested. So anyway, how are we being tested? It's the wickedness of our heart. Don't covet what belongs to your neighbor. Well, that shows whether or not you walk with our Abba, because everything belongs to our Abba. So when you say my, you're showing the wickedness of your heart. You believe that you can own what belongs to our Abba. Anyway, you sold yourself to the creditors. Show me where I sold myself to the creditors. Caretakers of the land, not owners of the land. So anyway, Amalek. Wicked. So the Epstein class. Frankist ideology. Frankism. They chose to do wicked things because they want to bring about HaMashiach, because they know HaMashiach can come in one of two ways. Either men can do a tikkun, a rectification, and do what is right, or men can be wicked and rasha and have wicked thoughts. So I do things to people to make them struggle, cause all kind of problems in families and with relationships, push all kind of wickedness on the land. Tell women that they should behave a certain way because it's claiming their autonomy and their freedom, when in reality it's harming them. And it's opening the door for wicked men, the Epstein class, to be able to take advantage of those women and their children. So it all has to do with being a rasha, a wicked man. So that is Amalek, killing out the remembrance of Amalek. We don't have to deal with those individuals. So nowhere in UCC codes or United States code does it say it is mandatory. And they can't write that it's mandatory to use the Gregorian calendar or the Time Zone Act. Nowhere is it written that it is mandatory for you to use a Social Security trust account for identification purposes. The only reason to use that is if you decide to become an employee of that corporation. And yes, it is most definitely a corporation to those of you that have taken an oath with Hasatan and the Bar Association, British Accredited Registry, and you believe it's okay to speak half-truths and mislead others. Anything you do that takes a man away from Torah and Tanakh is taking him away from Hashem, our Abba. That makes you Rasha, wicked. And it's not something that you're easily forgiven of. So anyway, you've taken oaths, and that's what they want you to do, swear an oath to a corporate banner. So, I pledge an allegiance to the banner. Think about it. Anyway, it's wicked. So it's got you thinking that it's okay that others can not only trespass against you, but you can trespass against others, and you'll be bitching and moaning about other people's freedom of movement, freedom of travel, freedom of religion, freedom of expression. they're not causing harm to you, then what they're doing is right. If they are not causing harm to you, what they are doing is a right. It's a God-given right. So, a man says Allah, and a fool doesn't realize that's just their language's way of saying God, and you automatically consider them bad. Or you bitch and moan about the people that are coming to this land and say it's Muslims. Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are coming to this land that were actually brought up as Christians who are darker skinned than many of you that are complaining about it. But you'll keep saying it's Muslims. We're not getting the cream of the crop because they've opened the gates. And the thing is Kili Koha'a, that's all the earth is mine. We have no right to violate somebody else's freedom of travel and freedom of movement. Nobody in the world does. So anywhere in the world where you think it is okay for a man to violate somebody else's freedom of travel and freedom of movement, if you believe that is acceptable, then you're Rasha. You're being wicked. You have no further right than anybody else but to believe that other men have authority over you. Shows your wickedness and the wickedness of your heart. It shows who you worship. You bow down to the altar of the state, not to Hashem. Because if you bowed down to our Abba, and you realize, Kili Koha'a, it's all the earth is mine, is what our Abba says. You wouldn't claim ownership. You wouldn't claim a right to rule over others. You wouldn't claim a right to control the freedom of movement of others. It's just that simple. So, killing out the remembrance of Amalek. Well, Amalek exists in all of us, just as well as Hasatan does. That would be the reptilian mind, the Yetzirah, the evil inclination. It's time for us to grow up. Realize who our Abba is. Stop claiming ownership. We're here to learn lessons in life. But the greatest lesson is Lech Lecha, to go and go into yourself. You got to find yourself before you can judge others. God bless. Much love.